It's been a couple of months since I've done a YouTube video. I've been dealing with some family issues. My mum will be 88 in January and she had a fall recently, so I've been focusing on family stuff, obviously balancing work, and that hasn't left me a huge amount of time to do any YouTube content. But I'm back today and I'm going to show you some stuff that's come up over the past couple of weeks around some calendar customization. So if I click on my record here, you'll hopefully be familiar with this fairly standard Knack calendar picker where we've got a date field and a time, and the time to and the date to. You then have these kind of all day options which you can turn on and off so it hides the time component, and you also have this repeat option. So personally I find the repeat options a little bit confusing, and some of my clients do get a bit confused with this because it isn't creating additional records in your database. It's just putting it on the calendar so visually you see them, but it's not creating additional records. So quite often I like to hide the repeat and the all day options. Also, and I have done a video on this before, there are some updates to the way the calendar works, because currently you have to just scroll through left and right and there is no year. So if you wanted to get to 2026, apart from actually typing it into the box, you'd have to keep scrolling. So I'll show you how to do that. Also, Knack's standard time component, it starts at midnight and it has 15-minute intervals and it goes through to 11:45 p.m. So the code that I'm going to show you or share with you will enable you to customize this, not only the start and end time, so you can start something more practical, like my client wants to only have this list start at I think 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. So you can have the list starting wherever you want and then finishing whenever you want, and change the intervals. And you can do that independently for the start time and the end time. So you can have this starting and ending differently with different intervals. So I'll show you the where to put the code, and the links for the code are in the description. It will take you to my website, so feel free to put this into your app if you find this of use. So there's a couple of blocks of code to put into the JavaScript. This block is dealing with the start and end times and the intervals, and this block is dealing with the ability to have month and year. And then in the CSS section, you just need to paste this in, and this will hide the all day and the repeat functions. Now to get it to work, you're going to need to identify which view you're on and which field you're targeting. So to do that, if you go into the builder, and I'm just going to go to my clients table, navigate to the form that I have the field on. If I click on the form, in the URL at the top, you can see we are on view 8. So view 8 is my view. And if I go into the data side of things, fields, and toggle on my labels, I can then see that this is the date time field for demo is field 475. So I have view 8 and field 475. So back in my code, I'm just looking at the CSS one here. All I need to do is update these, view 8, field 475, everything else remains the same. And if I go into my JavaScript, I need to change the view numbers here, and then the view number and the field number here. And this bit is dealing with the from time, and this bit is dealing with the to time. And you can see that here it says view 8 field 475 time 2, and this one is view 8 field 75 time. So you can then customize your interval or the step. So in the this side, the from time, I'm going to do 30-minute intervals. I'm going to start at 9 in the morning till 7 in the evening, and on the to side I'm going to do 10-minute steps from 7 till 7. Then the other bit of code further down is dealing with the date picker and enabling you to have month and year. So once again, all you need to do on this one, actually I've just set this to any, so this will work on every view, but if you wanted to target just the specific view, you can change .any to view underscore 8. But I actually like this to be on any view, so I'm just going to leave that set as any. And the only variable really is this, the C number plus and minus. And this example gives you 10 years before the current date and 40 years afterwards. So it will go 10 years into the past and 40 years into the future. So I'm going to save that. Back to my live app, do a refresh. And I'm going to click on the edit. And you can now see that, first of all, my all day and repeats are hidden. And when I click on the date, I have the month, and I also have the year. And that goes back 10 years to 2014, and it goes forward 40 years to 2064. So those are those two variables. And when I click on the time, this is now starting at 9 a.m. through to 7 p.m. in 30-minute intervals. And on the other side, it's starting 7 till 7, and that's starting and going through in 10-minute intervals. So the date is obviously exactly the same with the date picker. So it enables you very easily with a couple of bits of code, and I'll link the code descriptions, the code in the description. That will take you to my website, and you can pick the code up there for free. But that enables you to have some quite nice customization and control how the user experience is on a date time field. If you found this of use, give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, then consider hitting the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.